Yo, what's poppin', guys? You got your boy Nandra here. Welcome to another video. So for this video, we're gonna be playing some Radiant Portal. So a while ago, I don't know, I think around like start of the expansion, I did promise a lot of you guys I was gonna go ahead and like show you guys how to play Portalcraft, and that kind of just didn't hold up to my end of the bargain. But here I am now, a month later. Now that people have had some time to slightly like refine some lists. Here I am to show you guys Portalcraft. So this list I'm using. Oops. Alright, so this is the skeleton that the third place JCG player used. The only changes I've made since then is like I cut out one biofab and I cut out one copy of the Mystic Ring he had, because I don't know why Mystic Ring was on the deck, in order to add in 2 copies of Puppeteer Strings. Puppeteer Strings is pretty good at just helping you clear out wide boards. It's really good versus Force, really good versus like the neutral blood thing, just because like being able to just mop up all of those units all in turn 4 is just amazing. Yeah. Alright, so let me go and show you guys the games. So thankfully I messed up a lot of games, so so I can go ahead and show you guys quite a few things. I'll be showing you guys, I believe, replays from like 3 games. And yeah, like these replays, they all kind of teach like something a little bit different in each one. I'll go ahead and I'll actually start off with the Runecraft game first. So I know a lot of people really hate Daria, and I don't blame you. Daria is like incredibly popular, and there's a lot of games where you can just kind of like steal it out from under you for like no reason. There's not much you can do about it because they play in their hand. And Portalcraft is actually pretty favored. Now, granted, I lost this game, but like Portalcraft is it can still do fairly well versus Daria. So I full kept this entire hand. To be honest with you, I haven't played enough Portalcraft to know what the mulligans are and aren't. So I just like felt like keeping this entire hand because I felt like it would be like decent. But you should definitely toss back the Puppeteer Strings, to be honest with you, because it's not really doing anything for you. Like, you want to go ahead and abuse the fact that you're going first. Now, granted, I did pick up a second Magisteel Lion. And that's great, because now I have a lot of now I have about five analyzing artifacts in my deck, and that's what I want because I have the accelaratium. So maybe I can like cycle through all of them. But so I play some Magic Missile. He pings my T1. Here I play out the Magisteel Lion. To be honest with you, you 100% of the time play out the Fervent Machine Soldier. Or if you do play out the Magisteel Lion here, you play out the accelaratium. So this way, if he tries to play Clark or Craig or whatever, you're just going to clear it up for free and start drawing some cards. But I choose not to do that, just because like I really like to either try to save my accelaratium for when I already have like established a very large amount of artifacts in my deck. So here what we'll see me do is we'll actually see me go ahead and just trade, and then develop a creature. To be honest with you, this is really risky, because if he has Magical plus Piercing, I'm going to get blown back into like next year. Especially if he also has Oglers and things like that too. So you should try to clear if you can, especially because like substitutions are kind of heavy. And that like them costing 3 mana is actually a little bit of a big deal. So he does have the magic also. Let's see if he has anything else. Make some value trades. That's good. Yeah, because he's actually like decently behind because Portalcraft can actually kind of like out tempo a lot of decks, just because like this is the natural curve of like 2-drop into Fervent into like double 2-drop, something like that. So here I go ahead and I bump this way. I bump this way on purpose. So this way I can go ahead and I can try to see what I draw next. Unfortunately for me, I pick up another accelaratium. Which does actually punish me for having bump that way. I can like if I maybe say bump this way instead, I can go ahead and make the evolve over something or whatever, and I'll be fine. But I like bumping this way too, just because like it lets me clear up a lot of things at once. So here I ultimately play Strings, and I'll just go ahead and just go Strings on both in order for clear. Unfortunately for me, this is bad because that means I did not develop a creature. He has, I believe, 5 or 6 spell boosts, and so this is really scary, because substitution is only good versus say lighter like early game creatures. It's not good versus like some of the stuff that Daria does to you. Yep. And so he has the 2 mana Daria, so yep, it's about to draw a lot of cards. Unless like ideally if he doesn't have anything else here, I win. or not win, but I can like deal with this. But unfortunately for me, that's not the case. He has double Ogler to go with it. I'm just kind of like, sigh. Okay, now this turn. This turn is another big turn. This is one of those turns that kind of like, you know, you're either gonna win the game or you're gonna lose the game on the spot. I can't deal with any of these cheats. The only thing I can deal with is I can go substitution on this one to then evolve, trade the puppet in here to then substitute away the Daria. But that's a super feels bad man play. Well, okay. I could also go ahead and go substitute here, play this, evolve trade here, and then go ahead and bump it off. This way I have a 3-1 in play. But all of these are super feels Batman plays. So I'm gonna take the most aggressively like risky line, because it doesn't matter what kind of like hand I have or what kind of like play I make this turn. Like I'm always going to be in a bad spot because I cannot get rid of all of these. So I'll just go ahead and actually play up my machina. I play up the machina because like I said, if I can develop the machina, then maybe I can like get something going next turn, and then maybe come back. Thinking about now, like taking the more conservative line was probably better, but you know, go big or go home, right? So I'll evolve, and to be honest with you, when playing versus Daria, if you have like a unit that has like say 7 HP or whatever, you actually usually want to trade into ideally the Blade Mage, unless you're afraid of Chimera, in which case you definitely take the premium trade, or take the most like even trade for both of you guys, just because like Piercing Rune is a problem, Chimera is a problem as well. So is Mysterian Knowledge for the Mysterian Missile. But right now I'm in a state of where, you know, I need to reduce as much damage as possible. And right now he has 14 damage in play with the evolve. He has the Chimera like I expected. Like, oh, okay, alright. Well, he then makes trades here, drops me down to 4. And now we're about to see some magic. So one of the things the Portalcraft does well is that like when you have an established artifacts in your deck or whatever, you can go ahead and you can actually clear off most boards in the game. And Daria boards are like no exception. So watch this as I go ahead and I actually not quite full clear, but come very, very close to full clearing. So I'll play up double accelaratium. I do this so I have as much mana as possible, so this way if I need to I can go and like make the substitutions do things for me. So I'll go and trade. I make that trade first. To be honest with you, I'm not really sure which way is like the correct way to trade first, but that's ultimately I decided to go for. When I brick, I have to go ahead and have to evolve the Created Singer to draw another card. I pick up Fervent Machine Soldier. That's great. This means it'll guarantee me to pick up the Analyzing Artifact, so I can go ahead and trade again. But unfortunately, I am not able to pick up the third artifact. So here I can actually go ahead and clear almost everything. The only thing I can clear was just the Blade Mage. Unfortunately, granted, the Blade Mage is gonna be what kills me, but let's just go ahead and show you guys some of the things that Portal can do versus Daria. I'll just play the meta protection and then concede. So, like, he had, I don't know, let's see, 3, 4, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 16, 18, yeah. He had 16, 18 worth of stats in play, and I cleared off all of it but a 4-4. That's pretty damn impressive, I'm just saying. Alright. The next game I'm going to show you guys is going to be the Hamelin game, and I think that's going to be like the only one I show you guys to go ahead and cut it off, because like the Runecraft game as well as the Portalcraft game that I played afterwards, those were both kind of weird. But so this game is going to be showing you guys exactly what you do in an ideal situation, where you got like everything going for you. Like this game, I'll go ahead and save the last for save like the results for later. Anyway. So versus Hamelin. Versus Havencraft, what you want to do is you do want to try to like temp out your dudes, but you do want to be cognizant of the fact that, well, they have banishes. You want to try to stop them from disrupting your banishes. I kept the machina here. I kept the machina here just because I know that the game plan of, oh, well, just try to temp out dudes is not going to work versus him unless I can make out a lot of dudes all at once. Just because if I do it one at a time, I'm not going to get full value on my units because he's just going to banish them. But if I play up multiple units, he's going to be forced to want to AoE. If he AoEs, that's not banishment, so I can go ahead and I can pick up a lot of draws. He plays out Snake Priestess, so Snake Priestess immediately tells me that he is in fact Summit Temple. I'm not going to play up the hamelin just because hamelin dies for free and I don't want it to happen. Here, I'll actually go ahead and play up the Mech Wing Swordsman. I play up the Mech Wing Swordsman just this way. I want to see how he like reacts to this. Like, is he going to go ahead and is he going to scripture this way? If so, that's great for me. I'll take that in a heartbeat. Instead, he plays out Tribunal here. That's actually really heads up from him. Well, I'm not sure if he did it knowing that it would like play around my machina like 2 turns from now, but if he did, then that's heads up on him. I'm gonna play up my Ironforged Fighter. I'll actually go ahead and evolve the Ironforged Fighter. He just used the Tribunal, so I want to go ahead and I want to try to punish him for that. Because the only way he clears this now is if he evolves a unit into me. Like, ideally for him it would be like a Snow White. He goes Spirit Singer here. He unfortunately has a Snow White to evolve, so I'm just kind of sad. That's fine. It's fine. Alright, so this turn, I could have just gone Otherworld Grift, but I don't want to do that. The reason why I don't want to do that is because, one, is going to mess up my resonance for next turn, so that's kind of a big deal. So what I'll do here is I believe I'll actually choose to play up the Accelaratium. The reason why is because, like, next turn I'm playing Machina. I'm 100% playing Machina. Here, I go ahead and I make the evolve. The reason why I make the evolve is because, like, I don't want to give him good scripture targets. I mean, to be honest with you, I should have just, like, let him take the scripture target, but unfortunately for me, I get Tribunal again. And he passes. So this Tribunal is actually a lot scarier than the first one. This Tribunal is scary because now it means that if he wants to, he can play Aegis on 9 if I let him. So I'll go ahead and play my Machina here. Go ahead and draw 6. I'll still have one more turn of my Accelaratium so that I can go ahead and make some magic happen. I pick up the Biofab immediately as well as the Radiant Artifact, so this should be a game where I just 100% win. The reason being is that, like, how you want to play Radiant Portal is you want to go ahead and you want to copy your Radiant Artifact as much as possible. In an ideal situation where you get all of your copies off, you can actually make 12 Radiant Artifacts or more. Like, that's a lot of Storm. That's 48 damage in Storm. Like, and you also have like beefy followers that don't like die immediately. So here I'll actually go ahead and trade this first turn. This trade is fine. I'll go ahead and play up my Ancient Artifact. When you're playing with Portal, you want to go ahead and after your Machina turns, you want to go ahead and you want to try to play out your expensive units first, as opposed to your smallest units first. The reason being is that, like, you want to be in a spot where you can go ahead and you can develop a lot of things in one turn. To be honest with you, even now with this turn, I did actually mess up. The correct play is to actually go ahead and copy the Ancient Artifact with the hamelin, then go ahead and play it all, and then go ahead and play up this. The reason why you do this is because, like, I believe if you do this, you can actually play up everything in your hand this turn. But I ultimately don't do it. And instead, I just choose to go into Resonance. I'll go ahead and actually hit him in the face for 4. To be honest with you, I should have actually evolved this. The reason why you evolve this is because, like, it plays around Jean Beacon of Salvation. It plays around Scripture, like, and if I did that, yeah, I'd be in a much better spot. But I'm trying to play conservatively, which, to be honest, I don't think I should be doing that while I'm versus Haven, just because, like, playing conservatively versus Haven is a good spot to, is a good way to just make yourself lose to Aegis, and I really don't want to lose to Aegis. Okay, so this turn is yet another turn I fuck up. The reason being is that, like, right now, I effectively have 10 damage. I have 10 damage, I have 10 damage, and I have the ability to draw 6 more cards to dig for lethal. I should 100% just be setting up lethal here. So what you want to do is you want to go ahead and immediately just biofab the radiant artifact. Ideally, you want to go ahead and biofab the non-animated ones, since we have like since we have more animated copies if you care about that. Anyway, and then from there, you obviously want to go ahead and play out the acceleratium immediately. The reason I play out the acceleratium is because, like, even though you're not giving your creatures rush, what you're allowing yourself to do is you're allowing yourself to take more actions per turn. Generally, when you can take more actions per turn than your opponent, like, you know, playing out a lot more mana than them, you usually tend to be the person who's going to be winning those games. And this is the exception. Like, one of the other big things about playing with Portalcraft is that, like, it's both like deciding your turns very, very quickly, and then also having very, very strong APM. The reason being is that, like, you want to be able to do everything you have to do when you want to do it. I don't actually think about my turn this turn, and I just try to trade, which is, again, it's not good, because I know that I have a billion radiant artifacts in my deck, so I should just 100% just be going face. But I'm not doing it. I'm making mistakes, and I'm getting punished for them. I'm also ordering this in incredibly, like, terrible fashion. I play the mana protection, and I'm just basing on the maybe he doesn't have Aegis line, but that's a really, really terrible line and terrible like stance to take. So as we see here, I would in fact have had the 8 damage I needed to kill him, just because, like, I was gonna be drawing so many cards next turn, so there was like no way that I just, like, didn't kill him with like double like radiant artifact. But he plays with the Aegis, and then he gets space, which is really heads up on his part, because now like the onus is on me to end this game immediately. But it's gonna be very, very difficult to end that from like 16, because I'll need at least 2 turns in order to cover for my mistakes. I'll make the trade here. I'll then play out the Analyzing Artifact. To be honest with you, I shouldn't play out the Analyzing Artifact first. I should have played out something else first, but yeah, so I'll go ahead and make the trade here. I'll then play out the first Machine Soldier. Again, shouldn't be doing that, because on the off chance that I pick up the Radiant, I need the Radiant to end the game. So I'll go ahead and I'll cap him in the face for 6. Drop him down to 10. I have the board. He can play Withdrawn Beacon of Salvation into Scripture, something like that. But unfortunately for me, I lose because, again, like I said on turn 2, I knew he was on my temple, so yeah, I lost because I take 15 here and I just die. So the big thing about this game is that, like, I needed to just pressure him. Like one thing that Portalcraft can do is that, like, once they get their engine going of, you know, having like at least like 4 or 5 like radiant artifacts in the deck, like you can just like pressure your opponent, because like half the cards in your deck, they all like recycle themselves. Like, for example, Machine Soldier can find you more copies of Radiant. Analyze an Artifact can find you more copies of Radiant. Hamelin can find you more copies of Radiant. Mechwing Swordsman can also put in more copies, and yeah, like the big thing is like how you win is that, like, you need to proliferate the Radiant Artifact as much as possible, and just kind of, like, you know, do whatever you gotta do on the board, but also still be like pressing an advantage, pressing a lead, because like the acceleratium only lasts for 3 turns, and usually it's more like 2 turns, just because like you usually play it before you play out the Machina or something like that, so you don't like have to like dig for a second one. Yeah, but like the deck is definitely a lot of fun to play. It's also kind of difficult to play at the same time. I've seen many a person, including myself, mess up quite a few of the turns, just because like it's a lot of thinking to do at like one time. And I definitely think as like more people play around with it and just kind of, you know, develop a sort of like series of like guidelines on things to do, it will definitely become a little bit easier to play. Like I kind of compare this deck to that of like Infernities from Yu-Gi-Oh, just because like it's definitely a lot to take in, especially as like a newer player to the deck. But once you get more experience with it, it becomes a lot easier. It's also very, very rewarding as well. This is actually the list I used to complete my Grandmaster trials. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, go and leave a like, go and hit subscribe, and if you haven't, let me know what you think about Portalcraft. Do you have a favorite version below? Is there one version that you'd like me to talk about? Let me know. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys next time.